Can you please introduce yourself, my friend?
Howdy, my name's David Rojas. I'm from Houston, Texas.
Nice to meet you, David. So, why are you here in Paraguay? Can you tell us that?
I am here for my future. I'm here for residency. I have that now, and temporary residency, and I am here to look for opportunity continue to grow, live my life, do things, create things.
Okay, great to know. And can you tell us what's your job like? I mean, what do you do here?
So I'm in commercial insurance.
Okay.
So I've done that for the last 15 years, and I've been out of the industry for a couple years, and maybe there's an opportunity for me with insurance, commercial insurance in Paraguay. So starting that process. And then, yeah, as far as doing other stuff, nightlife, things like that, I like to DJ for fun. So I brought some records, and I'm hoping to play those. And I'd like to play in various clubs, and then maybe put on my own events.
That sounds great. I mean, it sounds like a great plan to me. So, do you think there are many opportunities here in Paraguay?
I think anywhere you look, there's an opportunity. I was talking to somebody. She's actually from relocate. We went on a little trip, and I was like, "Hey, where's the opportunity?" And she's like, "You make your opportunity."
Okay.
So, I just took that as whatever you're doing, whatever you're good at, bring that here, do good business, just do whatever you're good at, and people will like it. If you're cool, you know what I mean? They might come out, right?
Okay.
And then you got the foreigners, the locals, and I think it's a really good mix. It's interesting to see just the conversations that are happening and what people are doing and what's coming out of people, different countries all over the place hanging out.
Perfect. That sounds great to me. I mean, you only need a little bit of will, and opportunity will come, right? So far, how is it going in here?
Good. I'm getting settled in. I have an apartment, and making friends, going out, checking out nice restaurants,
Good.
eating good steak, hanging out.
From Houston, Texas.
Yeah, born and raised.
So it was a big city. How do you think it's different here? How is the rhythm of life here?
Well, so it's like Houston proper metropolitan has like the same amount of people in Houston than it does in all of Paraguay. So, so it's like, so I'm used to the big city, and I feel somewhat of a big city, obviously big city vibe in Asuncion. It's a big city. It's an international city.
Indeed.
But I also kind of feel like there's some similarities with Houston. Like Houston, you don't really go there for vacation. It's not Miami. It's not LA. It's not New York. It's Houston. You go there for work, oil and gas industry, all various types of industries there. And you just work, and that's it. Maybe you go out, have a nice drink, food, but that's it. And it's like, it's not so much pretty, right? And, you've heard some of that stuff, like, oh, there's nothing to do, there's nothing to see, da, 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 da. Like, yeah, there's no majestic mountains like the Swiss Alps or something like that.
It's not a touristic place, we can say.
Yeah, they're not really, that's so much for tourism.
Okay.
There is really beautiful tourism within the country. I've got to see a few places. But yeah, I can kind of feel like, it's like, okay, we don't have the nature, but we got the city life. Right.
Okay.
So I kind of feel the same thing here. Like, great food, international food. I went to this place, Olga, yesterday. It's like Paraguayan with like fusion or modern twist or something like that. It was awesome.
So
Like-
I feel like because there are not many things to do in Asuncion, people spend more quality time with their friends, with their families. Do you feel that as well?
Well, I wouldn't say there's not anything to do because there's a bunch of stuff to do, right? The foreigners are doing stuff. There's local events. There's all different types of meetups, salsa class, Spanish class, business
Do you
meetups.
speak Spanish?
I do speak Spanish, more intermediate, basic, lower level intermediate, right?
But you
I
can
got a
get
lot
on
to
with
work
that.
on. Yeah.
Did you learn before coming to Paraguay?
Yes, a little bit. So
But
I
in
knew a little
Texas,
bit.
like almost everyone has basic Spanish.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of Spanish. There's a lot of Mexicans there. But just growing up, it was always English, right? My family's been in Texas for 100 years. and it was, we're American, right? We're Texan, so it's like more English in the house.
Of course.
Did you come here knowing that you were gonna stay, or did you just come to try?
I was open, right? I didn't really know for sure, and it's not like I really had anything else, to go back home to. I sold all my stuff.
So it's like more like you came here and you liked it a lot, and that's why you decided to stay.
I felt that it was the next step in my future. I didn't know, how, if it was going to be my base all the year, 9 months out of the year, 6 months out, 3 months. I didn't really know that. And then once I start hanging out, settling in, I'm like, this is a really good base. And, and come here, work, focus on what I need to focus on. And then, be able to travel anywhere from South America is a direct flight. So it's like, I want to go here.
If there is anyone watching this and trying to kind of hesitating to move somewhere different, like South America, and it's a person like you from the States, what would you say to them? Like, any tips?
If you're hesitating, I don't know. If you're hesitating, you're not ready. So do whatever you got to do so you're not worried about it. And then just come.
How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel great, yeah.
Oh, one more thing, yeah. How do you think about the cost of living in Asuncion? What's like quality and quantity, or?
It depends on where you live in, and depending on what kind of, setup you want, apartments and blah, blah, blah. You can have the ultra modern and, you pay a lot for that. But, you're in the best part of town, really nice new development. Or, I'm in a nicer part of town, Barrio Herrera, close to Shopping Del Sol and all that stuff.
Neither than ours.
But it's an older building, older, so there's certain things you got to be okay with, right? And so, I think it's definitely very affordable. And then for myself, the dollar goes far. But it's like, my rent's $600 from my own apartment. And,
$600 for what?
I have a little kind of apartment studio thing. There's a little room up top. That's where my bed is. And then I have a little side room. And that's a little office space. It's older. It's an older building. I got a little balcony, got a little yard. My neighbor has a dog, so now I have a dog. And, so it's cool, you know what I mean? But it's like, so that's good, that's cheap. And then the food, like I'm eating really good food, and like the tomahawk steak, it's like $22 or something like that. I don't know, that'd be like $80 or $100. Back in Houston.
That's a big difference.
In Miami, it'd be like 200 or something, right?
Oh my God.
So it's like you're getting really good steak.
You have like a barbecue set in your apartment. Everyone has one.
No.
But you can get
we have a little bitty, little grill.
But it's like everyone's grilling all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I want to have an asado, invite everybody from here over. But I just moved in, so I'm like setting stuff up, and eventually we'll have a party there.
Thank you so much,
That's
David.
great.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, David.
Yes.
It was a pleasure, man.
Likewise.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Thank you.